Hello, my dear students. Welcome back to my class. Easy Maths by Sukumar. How are you, my dear students? See, my dear students, in the last class we have learnt about rational numbers and also we have learnt about linear equations in one variable. Today we are going to start a new lesson, that is construction of quadrilaterals for AP board students. And also I am going to upload understanding quadrilaterals for CBSE students also. Right. See, my dear students, you know what is a triangle? Triangle means it's a three-sided polygon. It's a polygon having three sides. It's a polygon having three sides. There you will find in the triangle three sides, three vertices and three angles. That's why it is called a triangle. See, my dear students, coming to the quadrilateral, what is a quadrilateral? Quadrilateral means it is also a polygon. It is also a polygon having four sides. So what are the sides here? The sides are AB, BC, CD and AD. These are the four sides. AB, BC, CD and AD. Here this is AB, BC, CD and AD. Four sides. And four vertices also. What are the vertices? Actually, vertex is the singular of vertices. Vertex is the singular of vertices. So, my dear students, here the vertices are A, B, C and D. These are the four vertices. So, the four vertices are A, B, C and D. Coming to the what? Angles. Here you will find four angles. This is an angle and this is an angle, this is third angle and this is fourth angle. So here the angles angle A, angle B, angle C and angle D. There are four angles, four vertices and four sides. See, my dear students, you will see many quadrilaterals in your daily life. See, for example, the front page of this textbook, this page of the textbook is in the shape of a quadrilateral. Our board, the front face, this face of the shape of the board, it's also a quadrilateral. Okay, my dear students. See, quadrilateral means it is a four-sided polygon, closed polygon. Okay. Here, if you join the opposite vertices of this quadrilateral, if you join these opposite vertices of the quadrilateral, then excuse me, if you join these opposite vertices of the quadrilateral, then that is called a diagonal. So diagonal means it's a line segment joining the opposite vertices. See, here the diagonal is AC. Here AC is the diagonal and other diagonal is BD. So other diagonal is BD. So what is a diagonal? Diagonal means it's a line segment joining the opposite vertices. It is a line segment joining the opposite vertices. The opposite vertices is called a diagonal. So you will notice here two diagonals here. There are AC and BD. AC and BD are the two diagonals of this quadrilateral. Okay, my dear students. What are the types of quadrilaterals? Types of quadrilaterals. See, the types of quadrilaterals means there are two types of quadrilaterals. One is parallelogram type, other one is non-parallelogram. One is parallelogram and other one is non-parallelogram. Other one is non-parallelogram. What is a parallelogram? It's very important. Even for 9th and 10th class also, this topic, the concept of parallelogram is very important, right? See, parallelogram means a quadrilateral in which both pairs of opposite sides are parallel is called a parallelogram. Right, what is that? In a quadrilateral in which both pairs of opposite sides are parallel is called a parallelogram. Right? See, my dear students, here in this, if you observe this board, these two sides, these two opposite sides are parallel to each other. So we can say this board is a parallelogram, the best example of a parallelogram. Coming to this textbook here, see these two sides and this another pair of sides are parallel to each other. So they are called parallelogram. So this book is called a parallelogram. Only I'm saying only the front face. Right. So parallelogram means both pairs of opposite sides are parallel is called a parallelogram. See, my dear students, here this ABCD is a parallelogram. ABCD, it is a parallelogram. So to be a parallelogram, these two opposite sides and these two opposite sides, this pair and this pair also should be parallel. That means AB is parallel to CD and AD is parallel to BC. Right. That means both pairs of opposite sides are parallel is called a parallelogram. Right. Look here. Coming to the non-parallelogram, trapezium. Trapezium means just only one pair of opposite sides are parallel. Only one pair of opposite sides are parallel is called a trapezium. That means here this AB is parallel to DC. AB is parallel to DC. That means the other pair are not parallel here. In this non-parallelogram, see, for example, in trapezium, only one pair of opposite sides only parallel. But these two sides are not parallel. They may intersect at somewhere. If you produce these two sides, AD and BC, then they may intersect at somewhere. So these two sides are not parallel to each other. Okay, my dear students. But here, these two opposite sides are parallel and these two opposite sides are parallel. Here one pair and here another pair of opposite sides are parallel. So it is called a parallelogram. This is non-parallelogram. Why? Because only one pair of opposite sides are parallel. This pair is not in parallel. Okay. See, my dear students, let us learn the properties of a parallelogram. It is very important to do the constructions. Yeah. See here, the properties of a parallelogram are, the first property of a parallelogram is opposite sides are equal. Opposite sides are equal. This is the first property. Opposite sides are equal. Here, just this ABCD, this AB and this DC are equal. In this board, whiteboard, AB and DC are equal. Here also, my dear students, I have drawn a what? A parallelogram ABCD here. In this parallelogram, this AB and what? This DC opposite sides DC are equal, and AD and BC are also equal. These are opposite sides of this parallelogram. They are equal. The first property is opposite sides are equal. Coming to the second property here, opposite angles are equal. Opposite angles are also equal, right? What are the opposite angles? Angle A and angle C, angle B and angle D, these are equal, right? Angle A is equal to angle C, angle B is equal to angle D. These are called the opposite angles of a quadrilateral. These opposite angles are equal. Opposite angles are equal. Coming to the third property here, before we learn this third property, here what are the diagonals here in this parallelogram? This AC and BD are the two diagonals. Do you observe here? Do you observe in this figure? The AC and BD are the diagonals. These two diagonals intersect at the point O. Intersect at the point O, my dear students. So here the third property is diagonals bisect each other. Bisect each other. It is very important property. It is very important property. What is that property? The diagonals bisect each other. Bisecting means a point divides the line segment into two equal parts. A point divides the line segment into two equal parts, or a line divides the line segment into two equal parts is called bisecting. That means here this O is the midpoint of AC and this O is the midpoint of BD. So here, my dear students, O is the midpoint of AC and O is the midpoint of BD. That means the midpoint of AC, should be equal to the midpoint of BD. The midpoint of AC and the midpoint of BD are equal. So this property says the diagonals bisect each other. So these two diagonals bisect each other. Actually, they are intersecting at O. That means this point bisecting the two diagonals. Bisecting the two diagonals. Right. Coming to the fourth property, my dear students, each diagonal divides the parallelogram into two congruent triangles. That means if you take a parallelogram here, this is a parallelogram ABCD and this AC is the diagonal. So this diagonal divides this parallelogram into two congruent triangles. That means triangle ABC and triangle ADC are congruent to each other. That means here, let me write here, triangle ABC is congruent to triangle ABC is congruent to triangle ADC. These two triangles are congruent according to SSS congruency rule. Side congruency rule. Not only that, triangle ABD and triangle BCD are also congruent to each other. Since this BD is the diagonal here, this BD, this triangle and this triangle are congruent to each other according to SSS congruency rule, right? See, my dear students, coming to the fifth property, a diagonal divides the parallelogram into two congruent triangles and if two, okay, this property is not required actually. Yeah, but I will tell you orally, right? Here, if the two triangles are congruent means then their areas are also equal. Their areas are also equal. This property will applicable for any two congruent triangles. Right. So my dear students, these four properties are, you must learn. The first property is opposite sides are equal. AB is equal to DC, BC is equal to AD. The second property is opposite angles are equal. That means angle A is equal to angle C, angle B is equal to angle D. And coming to the third property, diagonals bisect each other. That means the midpoint of AC and the midpoint of BD are equal. And the last property is each diagonal divides the parallelogram into two congruent triangles. Right, that means triangle ABC is congruent to triangle ADC. Similarly, triangle ABD is congruent to triangle BCD. Triangle BCD. This is also according to SSS congruency rule. These are the properties of a parallelogram. Coming to the non-parallelogram, that is a trapezium. Here, how do you define a non-parallelogram or trapezium? Only one pair of opposite sides are parallel is called a trapezium. In the trapezium, the main important property is sum of the what? Sum of the interior angles. Sum of the interior adjacent angles. That means, suppose if it is a trapezium, angle B plus angle C is equal to 180 degrees. Similarly, angle A plus angle D is also 180 degrees. That means sum of the adjacent angles. Sum of the adjacent angles. Why here angle B? I am taking only angle B and angle C, or angle A and angle D. See, in your trapezium, my dear students, AB and CD, AB and DC only parallel. AB and DC only parallel. So my dear students, these two sum is 180 degrees and these two sum is also 180 degrees. We have one property, parallel lines property. What is that property? If two lines are parallel intersected by a transversal, then sum of the interior angles on the same side of the transversal are supplementary. According to that property, we can also here the sum of these two adjacent angles is 180 degrees or supplementary. Sum of these two angles are also 180 degrees. So we can write angle A plus angle D is 180 degrees. Here also angle B plus angle C, it is also 180 degrees. Right. So you have learned about, so far we have learned about the properties of a parallelogram. Right. Now the next one is, in a parallelogram, there are four family members. We have learned about the properties of a parallelogram. Now coming to the types of quadrilaterals. In types of quadrilaterals, actually in a parallelogram, we will first learn about a rectangle. So how do you define a rectangle? In a parallelogram, if each angle is right angle, then that parallelogram is called a rectangle. In a parallelogram, if each angle is what? A right angle, that means 90 degrees, then that parallelogram will become a rectangle. Actually, there are four types of quadrilaterals in a parallelogram. What are they? Three types of quadrilaterals. Sorry. One is rectangle, the other one is rhombus, rhombus, and the third one is square. And the third one is square. The first one is what? Rectangle, rhombus, and square. These three are the family members of the parallelogram. Actually, what is the property of a parallelogram? What is the definition of a parallelogram? In a quadrilateral, both pairs of opposite sides are parallel is called a parallelogram. Here, my dear students, in this rectangle also, both pairs of opposite sides are parallel. Here also in rhombus, both pairs of opposite sides are parallel. Here these two are parallel, these two are also parallel. Coming to the square, both pairs of opposite sides are parallel is called a parallelogram. Sorry, is a parallelogram. Even the square, in square also, here the both pairs of opposite sides are parallel. So the square is also called a parallelogram. So rectangle is a parallelogram, rhombus is a parallelogram, even what? The square is also parallelogram. Here these two are parallel. Here these two opposite sides are parallel, and here these two opposite sides and these two opposite sides are also parallel. So these three are called parallelograms. We can say this rectangle is a parallelogram, square is a parallelogram, rhombus is also a parallelogram. But trapezium is not a parallelogram. Why? In the trapezium, only one pair of opposite sides only parallel. The other pair is not parallel. The other two sides are, that means other pair is not parallel to each other. Okay. See, my dear students, here in the rectangle, coming to the rectangle, there is a special property for the rectangle. See, for your information, all these four properties are applicable for these three quadrilaterals are also. For rectangle and rhombus and square, all these four properties are also applicable, right? See, here in the rectangle there is a special property. What is that property? Diagonals are equal. Diagonals are equal. Okay, my dear students, how do you define a rectangle? As I told you, in a parallelogram, if each angle is right angle, then the parallelogram is called a rectangle. Okay, see, what is the special property here in this rectangle? The diagonals are equal. That means this AC is the diagonal and BD is the diagonal. That means here the length of AC and the length of BD are equal. AC and BD are the diagonals of this rectangle, right? Coming to the rhombus, my dear students, this ABCD is a rhombus. So how do you define a rhombus? In a parallelogram, take a parallelogram. In a parallelogram, if the adjacent sides are equal, then this parallelogram is called a rhombus. Understand? In a parallelogram, if adjacent sides are equal, that means actually in a parallelogram the adjacent sides are not equal. But if they are equal, that means this parallelogram will become a rhombus. In a rhombus, all the four sides are equal like a square. In a rhombus, all the four sides are equal. See here, in this rhombus, AB, BC, CD and AD, all these four sides are equal. All are equal. All these four sides are equal, right? And what is the another property, very important property in a rhombus? The diagonals, AC and BD are the diagonals. The diagonals bisect at right angles. Actually, there is a property, third property it seems, yeah. Third property of a parallelogram, diagonals bisect each other. This property is applicable for rectangle, rhombus and square. But here, additionally, the diagonals bisect at right angles. That means these two diagonals are perpendicular to each other. That means AC and BD are perpendicular. So here, my dear students, this AC is perpendicular to BD. Only in the rhombus has this property. Okay, this property is you cannot find in rectangle and square, even in parallelogram. What is the additional property of rhombus? The diagonals bisect at right angles. That means these two diagonals are perpendicular to each other. So this is the special property in rhombus. Okay. So coming to the square, my dear students, how do you define a square? In a rhombus, start with rhombus. In a rhombus, each angle is right angle or 90 degrees, then it is called a square, right? So what is the definition of the square? In a rhombus, in a rhombus, in a rhombus, each angle, in a rhombus, each angle is 90 degrees, then it is called a what? Square. Even in the square also, there is a special property called what? Here in the square also what? Actually each angle is 90 degrees here and the diagonals are equal here like rectangle. So here AC and BD are equal. So in a square, my dear students, the diagonals are equal. AC is equal to BD. AC and BD are equal. Right. So these are the properties of what? Special properties of rectangle, rhombus and square. See, my dear students, if you take rectangle here, the first property here, actually what is the definition of rectangle? In a parallelogram, if each angle is 90 degrees, then it is called as rectangle. Coming to the properties, these four properties are same to all these three. What? Opposite sides are equal, opposite angles are equal, diagonals bisect each other. Each diagonal divides the rectangle into two congruent triangles. Additionally, here the other property, the additional property is diagonals are equal. Coming to the rhombus also same. These four properties are same to this rhombus also. But additionally, what is the special property for rhombus? The diagonals are perpendicular to each other, bisect each other at right angles. That means AC is perpendicular to BD. So how do you define a rhombus? You start with a what? Parallelogram. In a parallelogram, if the adjacent sides are equal, then it is called a rhombus. Coming to the square, my dear students, in a square, how do you define a square? Yeah, start with rhombus. In a rhombus, each angle is right angle, then it is called a square. So what is the special property of rhombus? Including these four, the diagonals are equal. That means AC and BD are equal. So my dear students, I hope you understand the properties of a parallelogram and what? Here the properties of a rectangle, square and rhombus.